Can an ESP32 really work as a voice recorder? This project is created strictly for educational and learning purposes. It demonstrates how to record audio using an ESP32. Please do not use this project to record anyone without their knowledge or permission. In this video, I turn an ESP32 into a real gesture-controlled voice recorder and show how it records audio and saves proper WAV files. Normally, audio recording projects mean extra modules, complex wiring, and messy code. You need a separate microphone, an amplifier, power management, and even after all that, you still fight noise and stability issues. But this board changes everything. The sound you are hearing is recorded entirely by ESP32. No buttons, no touch, just a simple shake. This is the Megafabs MHH ESP32S3 parallel TFT 3.16-inch ST7701S development kit. It already includes a digital microphone, a powerful ESP32S3, a large display, and a proper power management, all in one clean design. No extra modules, no wiring mess. That's why it's perfect for building a gesture-controlled voice recorder. One thing I really appreciate about Megafabs is that they don't hide the design. All the important connections are exposed and clearly laid out. You can actually see how the microphone, display, power circuit, and ESP32 are connected. This makes it much easier to learn, understand the signal flow, and eventually build your own designs from scratch. Portability is another big deal for a real voice recorder. This board supports a battery with built-in charging, so with a small Li-ion battery, the project becomes fully portable. No power banks, no USB cables, just switch it on and record anywhere. The microphone used here is the INMP 441 digital I2S microphone. It's one of the best choices for ESP32 audio projects because it's digital. The audio goes straight to the ESP32 over I2S, avoiding analog noise, unstable ADC readings, and signal issues. You can download all the materials related to this video from my website electroniclinic.com. And if you want ready-to-use project folders and extra resources, you can support my work on Patreon. With just a $1 subscription. You get access to all my premium projects. Let me quickly share my software setup so you can follow along without any issues. I am using Arduino IDE version 2.3.6 along with the ESP32 boards package version 2.0.11. If you want, you can also try 2.0.16. This setup works reliably with the ESP32S3 and avoids compatibility problems. For libraries, you will need two important ones. The first is the QM18658 library version 1.0.1, which is used for gesture and motion input on this board. For the Arduino GFX library, go into the LIB folder. From here, copy GFX library for Arduino and paste it into your Arduino libraries folder. If you already have an older GFX library installed, make sure you delete it first. Otherwise, you may run into multiple libraries found errors during compilation, and that can cause unnecessary confusion. Once you have the Arduino IDE installed, the ESP32 board package set correctly, and both of these libraries added, the software side is fully ready. At this point, we are officially prepared to move forward and start building the voice recorder. This code turns the ESP32S3 into a complete gesture-controlled voice recorder. Audio from the digital I2S microphone is captured cleanly and written directly to the SD card in standard WAV format, so every recording can be played instantly on any device. The ESP32 handles this in real time, making sure no audio data is lost. The TFT display gives clear visual feedback at every stage. In standby, the system waits for input. When recording starts, the screen switches to a bold red RAC indicator, and when recording stops, it turns green and confirms that the file has been saved. You always know exactly what the recorder is doing. Instead of the buttons, the QMI8658 motion sensor is used for control. After a short calibration at startup, a simple shake gesture starts or stops recording. This makes the whole system fast, intuitive, and completely touch-free. To upload the program, here is what you need to do. First, go to the Tools menu, Board, ESP32, and select ESP32S3 dev module. Go back to the Tools menu, Port, and choose the correct communication port, again to the Tools menu. Flash size and select 16 MB. Again, go to the Tools menu, Partition Scheme, and select 16M Flash. And one last time, go to Tools menu, PSRAM, and select OPIPSRAM. Once these settings are done, you can simply click the Upload button. As you can see, the program has been successfully uploaded. As soon as we flip the power switch, the system takes about 2 seconds to initialize. During this time, it's zeroing out the accelerometer and calibrating itself. Pro tip here, keep the device completely still during this phase. If you move it too much, the shake detection can become a little too sensitive later. Once the calibration is done, the system enters standby mode. At this point, it's fully armed and ready to go. Now, instead of fumbling around with tiny buttons, all you need to do is give the device a quick shake to start recording. The moment recording starts, the interface changes instantly. A big red circle appears on the screen with the word REC stamped right in the center. You simply cannot miss it. That large recording indicator makes it very clear that audio is being captured, even if the recorder is placed a few feet away from you. When you're done recording, just shake the device again. The recording stops immediately, the screen turns green, and a clear saved message appears. The file name is shown right there on the display, so there's no guessing and no risk of losing your audio. Before we play the recording, let me set the right expectations. Right now, this project is using very basic audio settings. We are using a buffer size of 1024, 16-bit audio, and a 22.05 kHz sample rate. That puts us around AM radio to podcast rough quality, clear enough for speech, but definitely not studio grade. And that's completely by design. Right now, the goal is not to chase perfect sound. The goal is to build a reliable gesture-controlled voice recorder and really understand the fundamentals, how the ESP32 captures digital audio, how that data is written cleanly to an SD card, and how motion control replaces physical buttons. This is version 1, and it's doing exactly what it's meant to do. Alright, with that out of the way, let's play the recording. Alright, so what you're hearing right now is coming directly from the ESP32 voice recorder. This is raw audio, 16-bit, 22 kHz written straight to the SD card. So yes, it sounds a bit thin and it doesn't have that studio warmth or punch. And that's completely expected. This version is focused on functionality, not perfection. It's here to prove that the ESP32 can record audio reliably, save proper WAV files, and can be controlled entirely using gestures. In the next video, we are taking a big step forward. I will be building a true studio-style voice recorder specifically for voiceovers. That means proper DSP processing, digital gain control, limiters, noise handling, and all the techniques that actually shape and polish audio. If sound quality matters to you, that's a video you absolutely don't want to miss. So that's all for now. Support me on Patreon for more videos. I hope you liked today's episode. Like and share this video with your friends. See you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.